So, getting back to the fourth of the eightfold path, which is right action. Another subcategory under right action is not to take that which has not been freely given, which is a mouthful. It's basically don't steal, but it's more than that. Not only do we not steal people's physical things, we don't steal people's time by coming to work late and then, getting paid for the entire time, for example, or by having people come and wait for us while we're out doing something that is completely unnecessary because we know that they can and they will wait for us. So we don't do that. We don't exploit people, of course. We certainly don't have people do things for us, promise to pay them, and then once it's done, not pay them or pay them less than we agreed upon or whatever. We don't do that. But as I continue to say, it's not just that these are things that we don't do, we go further than that. Which brings me to generosity. The opposite of stealing is giving things away. But the great thing about generosity when it comes to Buddhism is that it's one of the 6 perfections. We call them paramitas. It's one of the perfections. And the perfections are things that are practices that we take up and express for the express reason of trying to get better at them. So, for example, generosity. We practice generosity so that we can be generous without having to think about it, one. But also because we want to be generous all the time with all of our things, with not only our stuff, but with our person and with our time and we just want to be generous and therefore expansive. So when you're taking up these perfections, that's what you want to do. You want to practice them because you're not going to get perfect at them, but you can get way better. And that's why they're called the perfections. We practice them so that we can get better at them. These are things that we literally want to watch ourselves improve at. So generosity is the first one. And it also goes into don't steal. Don't take that which is not freely given. Think about that. I mean, it's a mouthful, but if you really think about what they're saying, is that if this person hasn't given you something without any strings attached, without anyone coercing them, without feeling guilty, then you can't accept it, no matter what it is. But if they are freely giving it to you, as far as you know, there's no one holding a knife to their back or whatever, then you can accept it. Generosity has the same set of rules. We can give away our time, we can give away our things, and we can give away our compassion and love. But what generosity really is to give that which is worthwhile. It has to have a value to the other person. It doesn't matter if you value it. That's where people get confused. So like, before we started traveling around the world, Marcy and I had a house full of stuff and a garage attached to that house full of stuff. And we had to get rid of it. I mean, the truth was, we could put some of it in my mom's garage, but basically we had to get rid of it. We had to either sell it, which we did. We had to give it away to Goodwill, which we did. Put it in my mom's house, which we did. And then there was a lot of stuff we just gave away to friends, to people we didn't know, whatever. But the truth is that that's not really generosity. It looks like generosity. I mean, we gave away a bunch of stuff. Some of it was quite valuable. Some of it was stuff that we really enjoyed and liked. But our purpose for giving it away was not the other person. Our purpose for giving it away was to get it off of our back so that we could travel the world. So no matter what it was, whether it was a car, and we ended up giving away, eventually we ended up giving away both of our cars because, that's just who we are, No, because it helped us out. We didn't need cars anymore, so we gave them away. Gave one of them to KPFK, which is one of our favorite radio stations, and gave one of them to my brother. That's not generosity. That's exactly not generosity, because we were not giving it away to help out KPFK expressly. We were giving it away to help out KPFK because we didn't want it. The second part negates everything else. Because we didn't want it, it's not generosity. It's recycling, which is something more of us should do. There's nothing wrong with recycling. There's nothing wrong with giving things away because you don't want them, instead of putting them in a landfill or leaving them with my mom, which she would have been angry if we'd have left 2 cars in her garage. So what we did was we gave one away and eventually ended up giving the second one away. And neither of those was generosity. But both of those are things where you can start. You can start by simply giving away things you don't want, but that doesn't get you there. Generosity is about giving things away simply because the other person needs it and you have it, and doing so openly, with the friendliness and with non-attachment. Non-attachment means that once it's gone, it's gone. Whatever they do with it, they do with it. It's not mine anymore. I need to keep my eye on doing the things that I need to do, and basically finding other places where I can practice more generosity. That's what I need to be doing. What they're doing with whatever I gave them, we gave the second car to my brother. What my brother is doing with that car is not my business, because it's not my car. And if I were really practicing generosity, it would have been give it to him, let it go and find other places to be generous, because that's really our job. Our job is to find other places to do these practices so that we can watch ourselves become better at them. That's what the paramitas are about. That's what the perfections are about. When we are talking about generosity, it's about the other person. My teacher says that there is no reason for you to become the most perfect Kathy if all you're going to do is be a perfect Kathy. The reason that we become perfect Kathys is so that it's for the other person, is for other people. The reason that I am doing this practice is not just so that I can be better, but it's so I can treat the world better, so that I have more to give to the world, so that I have more to give to others. Right action. Don't steal. Do the opposite. Be generous. Practice generosity. Thank you.